Top mistress of the banging misses and videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shh, got all my people in red clothes. Telling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that. You wanna party with me?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Walking His Ways Impact Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. We are broadcasting live here in the DFW. That's Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Everybody wants to know what that means. I'm very excited, very humble, and very honored and pleasure to have a great person, great individual that I've known some time. She hitting the ground running ever since she moved here. She transitioned from Massachusetts all the way to Texas, and she's been hitting the ground ever since then. She stayed consistent. She constantly elevating. She constantly growing. She's constantly challenging herself each and every moment to be a better version of herself. And I'm very proud of extraordinary individual. Of course, Isaiah, welcome back. I know you was on here before. I know you constantly grinding. I know you constantly working. You took time out your productive schedule to come on here tonight to talk about, the financial arena, planning long term. That's what we want to talk about tonight. We want to talk about planning long term. Something very bit near and dear in my spirit is learning to be financially stable. This is the episode that we want to talk about tonight. Being financially stable, thinking about our present and our future, especially when we get families and we think about generation, because even though the Bible says a good man leaving his hands for children. So we need to get into that mindset. So Isaiah, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience here on the Walking His Ways Impact Voice Podcast.
I appreciate you. And of course, thank you again for having me. I always appreciate being on here. And it was great seeing you earlier. I had a really good time meeting everyone. But again, my name's Izsaish Amado. I am not originally from Dallas. Of course, everyone thinks I am. I am born and raised in Massachusetts, Boston specifically. All my family's out there. Then made the transition to Dallas, Texas for new opportunities, new beginnings, and just essentially took that leap of faith to grow and elevate as a woman.
And that's awesome thing. I love what you say, grow, elevate as a woman. And like I said, you've been about your business ever since you moved here from the moment that I known you. Character's on point, integrity on point. You don't flinch, no waver. You constantly stay disciplined. You constantly stay focused. So what is your ingredients on staying focused, and what is your ingredients on knowing the path at hand? We know that distractions can come. We know that, right? And they come to steer us from our purpose in life, our mandate in life. What keeps you focused? What keeps you purpose driven at a woman at your age?
To be honest, it's just knowing that I was put on this earth for more than just survival, right? I got started in this industry more so because obviously I was a culinary student, always told growing up, go to school, go to college, get a degree, get a good job. That's great. That was the money blueprint we were all taught. However, that was not going to allow me to essentially break free of that 9 to 5, to have the financial freedom that I wanted, to essentially provide for myself, my little brother back home. A lot of people don't know this, but my father actually, unfortunately, was deported. So being able to provide for him and, get him back to the States, different things like that, knowing that in the back of my head, that's the reason why I get up each and every day, knowing that I need to do more because my family's last name is not completely changed. And I want my family's last name to be on billboards and to be known just as well as these celebrities' names, because if they can, why not me? Type of thing. So just staying focused in faith, knowing that God has my best interest in mind, knowing that He has more for me. It's just essentially about keep going and taking those necessary steps every day. I was actually just talking to the team about this, that a lot of people actually think that, hey, God, I want all the steps that I need right now. I need it in the now. And they think they're more so in control of their situation, but that's actually not the case. Because even if you had all the information necessary, you're still not in control. God is always in control. So knowing that, hey, I just have to put my best foot forward every day, and God will give me the tools necessary with each step I take. But if you don't take that next step, how do you know that, hey, the tool that he has for you next is within your next 3 moves? If you never move those 3 steps, you're not going to get the tools necessary to grow and elevate.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's what I love about it. Being around like-minded individuals yourself who is focused on the task at hand. Like you said, you was meant here not to waste your life. You was meant here to represent, build, just grow, involve. And now to that, being a helper to other individuals you come in contact with, building a great team, helping them turn their dreams into reality. And I see you more in that mentoring role, even though you are a young woman, but I see a lot of women looking up to you when we was having our meeting today. How's that transition going? I'm seeing more of that now with you, that you having individuals who looking up to you now.
Yeah, so to be honest, never in a million years would I have thought I'd be in the position where now I have, whether it's old women, younger women, in a position that they're willing to learn from me. They're willing to look up to me in different aspects of life. Because again, like you said, I am young. I'm 25, 26 next month. So I definitely have a lot of life to live. But regardless of your age, you can learn something from anyone, despite if they're older than you, younger than you, and you can just bounce those different thoughts, those different ideas, that different level of coaching off of each other. And so many people think that, you can't just build with each other. You have to be, hey, 35 and up to learn certain things from someone else. No. So many people are focused on just allowing themselves to grow and not growing with the people around them. It's all about bringing those around you with you to that next level and growing with them. So just being in a position where I constantly continue to reinvent myself, read more books, different things like that. So that way I'm able to offer more to others, because at the end of the day, we're all God's children and we're all meant to serve. So it's just a matter of, hey, how can I help you today? How can I help so-and-so or help you in this aspect? Whatever I can do, let me know. And hey, I'll be that voice, that reason, or, allowing God to talk through me to another individual. I am all for it.
Yeah, and that's a blessing right there. And just being a willing vessel. And I know you are in the financial arena. Like I said tonight, name of the show is called Planning Long Term. And I'm the individual, I'm thinking long term. You know what I'm saying? I said I'll be 42, of course, next month. But the thing about it is just thinking long term. Being financially stable. I'm not saying everything about, because I want anybody to think I'm just all about material, money, because people take it around with the wrong way. But the responsible aspect, that's what I'm talking about. The responsible aspect. Not being broke, not living from paycheck to paycheck, being disciplined when it comes to our finances, being disciplined when it comes to our resources. Everybody wants to get them a nice vehicle. Everyone wants to get them a nice house. I'm at the point now that it's all about me being more comfortable. Even though I'm me, it's just me. I don't have no wife. I don't have any children. But I'm thinking about them as well. When that come into play, is being financially stable. So God forbid something happened to me, I know that they will be taken care of. So that's what the purpose of the show tonight is: thinking long term, planning long term. And I know you are in this arena. What tools, what information can you give the audience tonight when it comes to planning long term?
So with that being said, I feel as though people that are more so uneducated about finances are more so behind, because you look at people who are wealthy, different things of that nature, run multiple businesses. They're all informed about this information, whether it's life insurance, proper saving, different investment strategies. They're all informed, hence why they're able to allow their money to, one, grow for them, and are in a position where, hey, they're still growing it completely tax-free, things of that nature. But it all starts with being informed, because hence a main reason why I personally got started in the industry is because I know our community, minority communities, are the most uninformed. It's
Right.
very rare that we're informed, because what is our money blueprint growing up? It's just go to school, get good grades, get a good job, right? We're never taught in school how to properly save, you know? Different things like that. And it's not until, hey, after college, we are now in debt, looking for jobs that aren't necessarily in our proper fields, that we're now just starting to semi learn this information. So it's all about properly educating yourself. Do not wait on someone else to educate you, right? And if, hey, you don't know who to go to, reach out to someone that knows what they're doing, is obviously licensed, because they're giving you the best and proper information by any means. Because a lot of people think that, hey, just because I'm getting a paycheck, I'm going to put it one towards bills first, then maybe things that I'd like, materialistic things, then whatever's left, I'll save that. And it's the complete opposite, right? You want to invest and save money into yourself first. You worked hard for it. Okay. Bills are going to be there. I'm not saying by any means not to pay your bills, right? But you have to realize, hey, let me save for myself, because you never know what could go wrong. I always ask a lot of people, hey, if you were to lose your job today, how many months or how many days, weeks would you be able to go without being employed? And that alone will say a lot, and really allow people to think about their current financial situation. Because knowing what to do and not doing it is essentially the same thing as not knowing what to do. Because if you're
Sure.
not using the information that you have, what is it there for? So you just have to find the proper tools, proper resources, and mentors, people that have been in the industry, to essentially get that new blueprint that we should all be learning down pat. Because the one we were all taught, yes, it's great and all, but that's not going to get everyone to financial freedom, to be able to live throughout a recession when it happens, okay, and be able to just provide for your family the way you want to, not necessarily just the way that we're more so comfortable with and just settling for. So more so just educating yourself. I know Rich Dad Poor Dad, great book by a great author. You know, there's what is it called? I'm like so drawing a blank. Faith It Till You Make It, a money blueprint by Matt Sapala, one of my mentors here in the Dallas office. You just
Okay.
have to go out there and find the tools necessary. And I can obviously drop all the links to different books on my personal profile for people to look into. But that's why my main profile is strictly about just educating people. I'm not paid off of the videos I post, but I know there's a lack of information and education within our communities. So again, if I can be that source, I will do it. But hey, just reach out for more information.
And you're doing just that because your content always is always on point. It's educated. You actually use your social media platform to get the message out to the people, to the community, to the public. If somebody just bite the bait and will them in. Hey, that's enough said right there, being fishes of men. Big shout out to Mr. U. He said that earlier today after you left, had to go to your meeting. You mentioned that being fishes of men. That's so true. And we're talking about the whole student loan thing too. And people don't realize with the student loans, and if they I don't think people know, Isaiah, that they will garnish your social security. I don't think people know that, but if you look it up, and I just pulled it up, it says, "Can my social security be garnished for student loans?" But there are some limitations, other coverts to know. For starters, the government can garnish up to 15% of your social security payment if you default on your federal student loans, and the minimum it can leave you to is $750 per month. What
It's
you want to say about that? You can't live off $750 a month.
You can't. And a lot of people don't realize, because a lot of people are more so caught up in, hey, what's either on the news or what's going on in their day to day, that they're not essentially looking into this information. It's not something that is a priority, which it should be a priority. A lot of people don't know that within the next couple years, Social Security is going to be completely depleted.
It is.
Just
It
with
really is.
all of the, baby boomers going into retirement, and now they're all living off of their social security, which isn't even enough to live off of.
Right.
Hence why you go to a grocery store, convenience store, whatever the case is, how often is it that you see people well into their retirement still working, whether it's a door greeter, grocery bagger, whatever the case is? And it's not so much from a standpoint of, hey, they want to, it's because they have to, because they wouldn't be able to sustain living situations, just putting food on the table or even paying rent. And a lot of people in retirement are more so in retirement communities. And we both know those communities are substantially lower than normal rent, and they're still unable to afford it. So it's just
Mhm.
all about, hey, taking the initiative earlier on to be properly prepared. Make sure you're properly prepared well before retirement, not just, hey, I'm going to retire in 10 years. What can I do? You're behind the ball.
And I know that's what's going on. Matter of fact, we're gonna pick that up too, because the scripture tells us that my people destroy for lack of knowledge because they rejected it. But we're gonna get more into that after this commercial break.
I originally visited Dress for Success in 2012. I was laid off. I had an interview coming up. My child care provider referred me to Dress for Success, and when she told me about the program and how much it was set up for women, it was a no-brainer. I felt crisp because I knew the information, I knew what I bring to the table, but I didn't have a complete look. There was an opportunity for me to go and get suited, and when I put that suit on, it gave me the confidence and everything that I needed to really move forward. Everything within that suit was sleek, it was polished, and it meant business. At that next interview, I was offered the position because of that suit. I no longer have that suit because I paid it forward. Now another woman gets to experience exactly what I felt through the power of that suit. People may not understand your journey, but your journey is yours, and as you stay the course, Dress for Success provides lifelong resources. Dress for Success really changed the trajectory for my family. We've been thriving and living out loud ever since, and the journey never stopped. I'm still connected to Dress for Success today. Things go good when you expect things to go good.
I'm gonna give a little known fact on that commercial. That was actually my cousin that was in that commercial. I don't think people know that. Just get left know if they shout out to Keisha. That's my cousin. She's living in St. Louis, doing great things, extraordinary individual. She's an author as well. So when I seen that commercial, I reached out to her. I want to put this commercial on my show. She said, "Go ahead." So that is my cousin. So big shout out to Keisha. She's doing great things in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Internationally known, doing a lot of great stuff, especially stuff empowering women and things of that nature. But we're back here on planning long term, and you picked up something, Isaiah, or we're not taking anything serious like we should. It's like we wait to the last minute to do everything. And I know that's how society says, so like when it comes to having life insurance, you ask the average person about life insurance. Oh, it's too expensive, but we go out here and we'll go buy the latest Jordan. Don't even wrong, I like Jordans, but we'll go buy $200 pair of dollars Jordan. We'll go get the latest iPhone. We'll go get the latest car, but we don't have any. When it's time to come bury our loved ones, we want to go on social media and ask GoFundMe account. And a lot of individuals do not have these benefits. Isaiah, what's up with that?
So again, it really just ties back to priorities and lack of information. Because a lot of people, like you said, they'd rather, hey, I don't have the money, but yet turn around the next day with the newest Jordan 11s or the newest iPhone. It's all about priorities. Because if you knew that your family member were to pass away within 2 days, would you spend your money on, hey, putting that extra $1,000 into a life insurance policy, or would you spend it on that iPhone, those shoes? What's more important to you, your loved ones and them being okay after you're gone, or materialistic things that are only lasting you temporary? temporarily,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Right.
people often think, like you said, that life insurance it's not affordable. That's not true. Because if you're sitting with someone that knows what they're doing, is licensed, is properly educated, and more so times than not is a broker that works with larger scales of insurance companies rather than just one, you're able to get something for one, a dollar amount that you can afford, but two, the coverage you need so you can sleep peacefully at night, knowing that if anything were to happen to you or a loved one, your family wouldn't have to be on GoFundMe, which GoFundMe wasn't even created for funeral expenses, but that's the number one use of GoFundMe, right?
Right.
You hey, your family isn't in a position where they have to scramble up a couple $100s each or make fish plate dinners, different things like that. Now it's a different conversation of, hey, when I pass away, funeral is taken care of. This money can now be allocated to either a family bank to continue to build that generational wealth, or can now be funded into family businesses. And that's how you continue your family's legacy. Because the number one thing that breaks families apart that no one talks about is, hey, say for example, me and you are relatives, okay? And we have an aunt that passes away.
Right.
Say you make more money than me, I make more money than you. Oftentimes, the family is going to look at the person that makes the most money in order to pay for everything. And it's not fair necessarily, because why were you not properly prepared for something like this? And that's the conversation that usually tears families apart, siblings apart, that no one wants to talk about right now because it is an uncomfortable conversation. But the most uncomfortable conversations are the ones that we need to be having early.
Yeah. This stuff is important. I mean, this stuff is very important. These type of conversations we need to be having. We should be having, desiring to have, especially when it comes to building legacies of families, things of that nature. These are the type of conversations that we need to have growing up, enter into matrimony. See, these are things we're not talking about. You know, we get so caught up in, ooh, she look good, he looks good, ooh, ooh. But then remember, reality have to set in. Where was it? We'll set in.
Correct.
Bills coming in. You got to think about when we're going to leave this world one day. You know, we're going to think about all that stuff. I'm looking at, okay, we planning long term. That means we need to sit down, strategize, put a plan together, a sound system, family plan together when it's coming to our life insurance policy, our savings, emergency fund, because things happen, of course. I'm just in that mindset, if better safe than sorry. If something happened, okay, we got the funds. If something breaks, we got the funds. Instead of, oh, I gotta call this, get this stuff up. Nah, let's be more responsible. And I'm glad we have individuals as yourself who's in this field, who's in this arena to help us get these things on track. And I know it comes with time of maturity, growth, but most importantly, being more disciplined when it comes. We got to discipline ourselves first, because even Paul said, no good thing come out this flesh. Some things you're gonna have to put aside, especially if we're building something. We're gonna have to sacrifice that temporary pleasure for long-term success.
100%.
And that's what these kind of uncomfortable we have. Like, I don't want to go out, I want to do these things. Okay, we go out, but we working towards something. Once we establish, then yeah, we could do all this other stuff. But okay, building mode, building season. What do you want to say about that? Building.
To be honest, I completely agree with you. And that was a word in itself of just putting the temporary pleasures to the side. For me right now, and I know we talked about it briefly on the last podcast, for me right now, I can't even go out and I'm not thinking about, okay, my next move, my next 5 moves.
Right.
Because for me, I cannot go out and have fun. Granted, yes, self-care, time to yourself, at least a day or so to have, a good time, and just business aside and just spend time with family, friends. Yes, for sure. But it's the constant every day, every other day of going out that pains my heart to know that, hey, I'm going out, I'm having so safe fun, but I know in the back of my head, my family is not taken care of properly. I am not able to provide the way I need to provide. I do not have the lifestyle I want to live. I cannot go out knowing that I'm in survival mode with finances of living paycheck to paycheck when those priorities can be shifted to, hey, I'm not going to go out, birthday parties, family gatherings. You guys, listen, I love you. Those will always be there. But I need to make sure our family is taken care of. And then I can go out and have a good time. Because you're going to get a better version of me, a more calm and peaceful version of me, knowing that our family is okay in every aspect versus me just showing up, to show face, especially in minority communities. You're just automatically expected to show up, right? Despite who it is, what the occasion, not knowing, hey, I have this bill due. I need to invest in this. Like you said, I need this fixed, that fixed. I'm not properly investing into myself, my family. Now I'm just showing up essentially as a body because I'm not physically there. I'm not mentally there because I have all of these moving parts going on in my head. So it's just a matter of having that conversation of, hey, yes, you can be mad, you can be upset, but I need you to understand why I'm not going to be more so present these next couple months, these next couple years. And hey, we can reconvene, we can still talk, but just know the conversation is going to be different rather than, hey, what can I borrow from you? I'm going through this versus here you go because I love you. Here you go because I want to see you do good. Here's this money because I want you to start that business you were talking about. Rather than us just pushing our dreams, our goals to the side for temporary things. Because a lot of people right now, they're idolizing celebrities. Like, and this is no shots at celebrities right now because they've definitely worked their tail off for it. But you have younger women, young girls idolizing Taylor Swift, Beyonce, whatever the case is. And why don't you idolize your family's last name like that? Why don't you want your family's last name to be known like that? No, I don't have kids now, but I'd want my kids to be wearing our last name on the back of their jersey versus someone else's. Because you need to know that your family worked their tail off to have their last name known. And I will be darned if you idolize someone else's last name versus our own because you don't know what our last name stands for.
You know what? I like that. I like that. I like where you come from. That's awesome character, and I love that. I respect it to the highest, and that's what it's all about. And we're gonna take another quick commercial break, and after that commercial break, we're gonna jump right back into our Q&A conversation.
When the hotties wear their Nike by You shoes, I want them to feel like hotties. I want them to feel confident. I want them to feel like I'm really stepping right now. I got it on my feet. When coming up with the ideas and the names and the whole style of the Nike by You Air Max 97s about making it stallion, I really wanted to just like kind of touch on all my different personas. I see myself styling my Nike by Yous, obviously with Hot Girl Systems, my collection. You gotta have it on your feet and on your booty meat, and it's just gonna be amazing. But yeah, all of these shoes are me. They're my children, my babies. And I'm giving it to the hotties.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., along with my very special guest, Isaiah, of course, in the DFW. We talking about some extraordinary things. We talking about responsibility, last name, legacy. These are type of things, and I'm glad we're coming to the age of maturity. We're coming to the age of growth and evolving, taking life more seriously instead of living life reckless. And I know you're your mid-20s. And we know in this generation, we have individuals around your age, Isaiah, you got some who are on your level, think like you. You got some who don't. Now, and ain't nothing, hey, you got some old heads, but who take this stuff for granted, living reckless, but most importantly, taking care of yourself. Another thing, being healthy as well. That's one of my main goals too. Being healthy, taking care of myself. Getting back into the arena thing of working out, eating right, that plays a role too, because we want to be healthy, we want to be around for a long time. So when it comes to our policies, because that plays a role too, right? But we make sure we're properly healthy. Where we
Yes.
won't hit those red flags. You want to say more about that as well when it comes to
Sure.
our health?
For sure. So that definitely plays a huge role when it comes to applying for life insurance, getting approved for life insurance, because that's why everyone right now thinks that it's hard to get life insurance when that's not necessarily the case. The younger you are is just the healthier you're ever going to be. So a newborn baby is the healthiest they're ever going to be, right? So that's why it's so important to look into life insurance when you're young. And I get a lot of people, again, like my age, hey, I don't need it. I'm still young. Why do I need to look into it? Because you are healthy. Right now, you have minimal to no health conditions at all, right? Because the older you get, we don't know what's going to come with that. We don't know what health issues are going to arise. So the more health concerns, issues, surgeries you have, the harder it will be to get approved with life insurance. So looking into it while you're still healthy, while you know, hey, right now I'm good to go. I'm seeing the doctor all the time. I'm in the gym. I'm taking care of myself, is the best time ever to look into life insurance. Because one, you're now getting approved at the best rate. You're paying less because you're younger, you're healthier. But the older you get, the more health issues that arise, the more life insurance is going to be. And I feel as though that's where people get the misconception that life insurance is too expensive. No, people are under the impression that life insurance is expensive because they're waiting until the last minute to look into it. They're uneducated. They're waiting until the brink of retirement, until hey, I just went to the doctors. They said I may have this. What life insurance can I get? It's already there. It's already in your medical history now. So yes, now it's going to be more money essentially to invest into this, because you have to make sure that you can get the right amount of coverage for yourself. So looking into it while you're young is the best time. As soon as a baby is 2 weeks old, you can look into life insurance for that child. And now you're locking in that coverage for the rest of their life. Say, for example, I have personal life insurance policies. Right now, healthy. No medical issues, no medications, nothing. My
That's a
coverage is
blessing.
locked in, right? So say right now, a year from now, something by the grace of God happens to me. Guess what? My coverage, my premium, how much I'm paying into my policy does not increase, because I was smart enough to start investing into it early. So that way it's locked in for the rest of my life. Regardless of what health issues, concerns, medical scares come up, I'm now locked into that coverage until the day I pass away. So it's so much smarter to get it while you're young, while there's no health issues or minimal. And even still, if you're watching this or you're seeing this down the road, hey, even if there may be some things on your medical record, still look into life insurance, because there's a multitude of carriers that can cover people regardless of their health condition. It's just a matter of you looking into that information.
Hey, that's what's up right there, and that's important. Being healthy, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying to be saying I'm just something I'm planning my own life. Being healthy, make sure you drink plenty of water, exercising, eating the right foods. Make sure you take your vitamins. They go into the vitamin shop. So make sure you take your vitamin, your fish. Or I want to be healthy. I want to look good. I want to feel good.
Yes, sir.
Invest in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time to invest in yourself. Men, ladies, fellas, ladies, women, invest in yourself. Love yourself. This is part of loving yourself. When you take a time out for yourself, to love yourself, put yourself first before everybody else. And that's something we never did. We want to put everybody else before us. But then we end up getting burnt at the end, where they're living their best life now. Big shout out to Miss Anderson, Miss D with 3 and 1. She said, love it. True gets it while you're young or healthy. So big shout out to her for watching. Big shout out to Felicia Davis watching as well. big time. I don't want to forget about supporters who supporting us right now that's coming in. Thank y'all for tuning in. And what said tonight was they're saying tonight, I hope it benefits you. It's something you can apply, put in your toolbox, and apply to your life. It's like the word of God. The word of God tells us, be a doer of the word, not just hearers only, deceive not self. So when Isaiah is bringing forth this information, be doers of it. Don't be hearers on it, because at the end of the day, you're going to deceive ourselves. So this is time we need to learn, grow, develop, and evolve. And like I said, we had a great hanging out and fellowship and networking this afternoon. Like-minded individuals coming together. I love it. Iron sharpen iron. I love it. You can eat it up, the atmosphere. Always challenging. And you individual, you know what I'm saying? You individual challenge me, I say. You challenge me to step my game up. And I love that, because I'll tell you that I'm not a grown man. I'm a growing man, which means I'm constantly involved. So I love your mindset, and I love how you can do it. So you always cause me to step my game up, and I can say that because this is all about being humble, ladies and gentlemen, and just acknowledging to where, hey, I want to succeed, I want to conquer, I want to win. I heard this man say that the millions come for years ago. He said, you should always want to die empty. When he said die empty, utilize everything God placed in here while you're alive here on earth. So once you leave this transition from here to the next life, you know that, hey, I utilize all my gifts, I utilize all my talent, and I've made an impact. So that they said the wealthiest place in the world is the grave. A lot of individuals went to the grave, lived in fear, never utilized their gifts, not happy, miserable, because they was always taught that when you get to heaven, you're gonna live the good life. And that was something they lied to us about. Because if you ever look at the scriptures, he said, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It's the will of God to have heaven in your life here on earth. Think about in heaven. There's everything in heaven, right? So God wants to transition from heaven to your here in the earth, and that's something we have to believe. It starts with mindset. You know, if we hear all this great information out there, but we're not applying it, it's just in vain. That ego start kicking in. When you get excited, the ego kicking, oh, that ain't true. That won't never happen. Just put it off tomorrow. It could wait. That's that ego talking. You got to kill that ego. I know I'm not gonna hold you. I know you got a meeting. You got to get doing a little.
You're fine.
So what else? We're talking about the plan part. Not just gonna be receptive to the time. That's what it's all about. But the phase, networking. You know, networking, building our net worth. You know, what can we start with when it comes to building our net? We look online. We see a lot of individuals worth this amount of money. You know, but like you said earlier, you said we look up to the celebs, but we never look up to our last name. And we never acknowledge our net worth. What do you want to say about building up our net worth? That when your name come up, your net worth comes along with it. What you want to say about that?
Correct. So with that, like I was saying, you just have to want your family's last name to be known. A lot of us say it, but aren't willing to put the work behind it. Because what do people say? Faith without work is dead.
Right.
Okay. So with that, people often say, hey, I want to be the one in my family to break generational curses. Maybe someone watching this, or anyone for that matter, feels like, hey, I want to be the one to break generational curses, but I feel like every other generation right now. The difference between you and every other generation is, hey, are you going to keep going when things feel like they're not moving? That's the only difference. So are you going to keep moving, or are you going to be like everyone else that just stopped because times got hard? And you don't know whether it's going to be 2 cousins from now, 3 generations from now, 5 generations from now, that someone else like you that started the process of changing your family's last name comes up. You don't know who that's going to be after you if you were to stop. So you just have to keep going. So like Mr. Yu was saying, just keep going. I was just talking to the team about that, because you cannot just stop. Essentially, stopping is like standing in quicksand. So being able to go out, meet new people, you never know who you're gonna meet, who they're gonna have connections to. You, for example, if me and you didn't connect, I wouldn't have met Steven, Mr. You. I know that me and Steven just connected, but now we're having a meeting this Thursday. But
Right.
that wouldn't have happened if me and you didn't connect. If I
True.
wasn't out there looking to meet new people, being positive, being open to change, different things like that, because you never know who someone knows. And there is a law, I believe it's 5 degrees of separation. Okay. So say, for example, you may know someone that knows 4 people down the president of the United States, right? So we're all connected to people. It's just a matter of how are you using the resources, the people you have around you,
Right.
to get you to that next step. And as long as you have the right people behind you, to the side of you, in front of you, then you're going to continue to grow and expand. By growing and expanding, you're increasing your identity. You're increasing your network, your net worth. But without you moving and taking those necessary steps to get to know people, you're essentially staying idle.
That's
And
it.
nothing comes with staying idle besides more pain, more hurt, and more victimhood mentality.
That's right.
You just
That's
have to
true.
keep going with it and continue to want to get your name out there. That's also how you grow your family's last name. Okay? Because if I didn't express to you my mission, why I'm doing this, you wouldn't know who Isaiah is. People watching this now, 10 years from now, they wouldn't know where it started. But it all has to start somewhere, and you have to be willing to start, willing to keep going and fighting for yourself, your family, and generations to come. You just have to be willing to keep going regardless of what it looks like in the now.
Hey, that's what's up right there. Hey, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and we're going to jump right back into our Q&A conversation with Isaiah. Name of the episode is called Planning Long Term. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
First thing is you got to be selfish as hell. You got to be selfish. I don't give a It's the sacrifice, but without great sacrifice and without great risk, there is no such thing as great reward. Can't have one. That math will never math. And I don't like this word, but I'm going to say it because it's true. You have to be a little maniacal with it. Maniac, right? That word isn't good in a lot of situations, but when you're pursuing your destiny, you have to be selfish. You have to be maniacal. You have to be uncompromising. And you have to move in a way when it comes to those 3 things, when you function completely in a way where it's an unwavering faith. Like, it don't matter how up that might look. It don't matter how much it feel like it ain't gonna work.
Delusional.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion because it's only delusional until it works. So is it really delusional? A mother only gonna call it delusion until it don't work for nobody else to see, but for the whole world to see. And then once the world see it, there's nothing delusional about it. Now your delusion becomes, oh, he was a genius. We didn't see it when he saw it. We didn't understand it when he did. We thought this mother was crazy. But he definitely always figured this thing was the thing to do, and he stuck by that.
Everybody, we're back here. That was hip hop icon Busta Rhymes. Hey, it's all about building. I remember when I first moved here, a lot of people thought I was crazy when I moved here from Alabama to here because I didn't know anybody. They didn't know me. They thought I wasn't gonna make it. But hey, I made it 3 years strong. So they thought I was crazy. When they figured out, hey, he knew what he was doing. So it's not for everybody to understand, Isaiah, when you step out, when you take a different way in life. They think you crazy. No, because once they realize, like he said, they think you crazy. But then once they see the end result of everything, she knew what she was talking about for a long time. He knew what he was talking about for a long time, and he figured it out. That's what it's all about, figuring it out, figuring things out. And like I said, when you was when we was having our fellowship today, and I noticed the ladies, how they gravitate towards you, how they look up to you. And that's only for a short period of time knowing you. Like, I see the growth in you, and I see the involvement with you. And just how you being looked up to even more. I know you probably was being looked up to, but I'm seeing it more now how these individuals are gravitating towards you. What is it? What is it that mystique about you that it grabs individual attention? Like, she knows where she's going. She knows what it takes. Hey, I have to connect myself with her because she's giving me the blueprint, if I want to say that. So what is the blueprint in your opinion? What is your blueprint for success? That I know you're not holding it for you, but you're giving other individuals a blueprint to follow as well. So what is your defiance of the blueprint you're presenting to the individual that you come into contact with, if that makes sense?
For sure. So with that being said, and that commercial couldn't have gone any better with what we're talking about, right? Because it's all a matter of really honing in, taking that time with yourself of, hey, yes, this is where I am right now. No, this is not where I want to be 10 years from now, but where do I want to be? What do I want to have? Who do I want to have around me? Really getting very, very clear on that piece, physically writing it down, because it's one thing to think it, it's another thing to have it physically written down or in front of you. You always want to have where you're going in front of you, as well as having people around you that are either in the position you want to be in or on the way there with you. Because without having the right people around you, you're going to stay idle. If you only have people, say, for example, you grew up with, where are you going to stay? Right there. You need people that are doing much better than you. And that alone challenges a lot of people's egos. Is why they don't put themselves in those situations, those arenas. You have to get uncomfortable. Yes, your ego's going to have to get knocked down, okay, but it's going to make the best version of you. So, no, did I know how Dallas was going to go when I moved? Absolutely not. But I knew I was putting myself in a position to be around people that are where I want to be in life, that are going to push me in life. You know, how you were saying, hey, there's not a lot of people that support what you're doing, that believe what you're doing, right? People start to follow you when it's popular to follow you rather than there from you or for you from the start, I should say. Okay. I have family that still tell me to this day, Zaya, you need to get a real job. Okay. You need something else. That's not it. No, it is, because I know I'm going to make it work. I know what I want for my family. So is a part of it delusion? Yes, because you have to believe in yourself, in your vision. Okay. And you have to be super, super clear. And that's when people are going to follow you, right? Whether you start any business, people are going to follow you for the vision you cast them. Same thing in the Bible. The vision that's casted is what people are going to follow. And it's only if they believe in themselves and that vision that they'll go with you. And if not, and the two in their head, too much into listening to the devil and what he has to say, that they're going to stay behind and get left behind. Okay, so it's really about just believing where you're going wholeheartedly, being super, super clear on where you want to go, and taking the necessary steps, putting yourself in the necessary environments to get you there. So that's why I loved earlier. Why? Because it's all like-minded individuals that want to learn from each other to help each other grow in any way that they can, despite not knowing them. Those are the individuals you need to put yourself around. And that alone was so empowering, because, hey, there are people that want to see you win despite them not knowing you. Because it's oftentimes the people that don't know you that want to see you do well. So it's all about putting yourself in the correct positions and moving the chess pieces the right way, despite what anyone else thinks about you. Because people, like I say it all the time, people are going to talk about you until the day you pass away, whether it's good or bad.
Oh, yeah,
So
most definitely.
Keep moving, because someone else's opinion of you does not depict your success. You do. You write your own story along with God.
That's it.
So
And
just focus on your heart.
And that's what you want to do. Write your own story. Keep God first, of course, knowing that He has your best interest and He has your back, regardless of all that you may face or do. And get out of the stage of worrying. Get out of the stage of fear. Because He already worked that thing out. So we get in our mind and think we try to figure things out in our current mentality. No, He already worked that thing out. Why He tells in the scripture, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all His righteousness, and all these things can be added. He already worked it out. Tomorrow already been worked out. That's why I say don't take no thought for tomorrow. For tomorrow will take care of itself. That's already worked out. So we live for the now. Live for the right now. Tomorrow will take care of itself. And that's something we have to learn to live for the right now. Tomorrow's going to take care of itself. So we so weird to worry about tomorrow. We so next week. We could sit right in this moment and we could be thinking about, what I'm going to do tomorrow. What I'm going to wear tomorrow. What I'm going to eat tomorrow. How I'm going to do this and that. But just living for the right now. Correct. Learning life and just being tactical with this thing. Being practical with this thing. I say be in my own personal, and I put myself out there, providing structure, having a more structural life. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to budget is good, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let nobody tell you budget is not good. Living on the budget is good. Even Fortune 500 companies have budget that they have to do. It's all about money management, putting yourself on a budget. I do that. You know what I'm saying? If I really want to go out, my minimum I probably keep is $200. You know what I'm saying? That's enough for me for entertainment purposes. You know what I'm saying? And just being more disciplined with it. Write your stuff out. I write my stuff out. Okay. When I know I got this coming up, okay, I don't put this certain amount to the side. And I got bills and stuff. So I put that amount aside. Other expenses, put that to the side. Savings, put that to the side. This is something I apply in my own life and I practice it. You have to be consistent with it. So I'm just putting myself out there because I'm not what they say. I'm not just only the president, I'm also the client as well. So even though you're the president, you also got to be the client as well and take this information and grow, have fun, enjoy the process of living, enjoy the process of learning, growing, evolving, and just master this thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is already the third month of 2024. You got to ask yourself, is I'm investing my time or is I'm wasting my time? And I'm at this point now in life, I want to be around like-minded individuals, that our conversation be healthy, our conversation be on point, not negative, not naive, but the conversation that we have could challenge us, hold each other accountable, but make our step our game up even more as life goes. And I know you have a lot of great things going on. What is the excitement like to you personally? Just waking up every morning, you're doing stuff that you love to do. You're blocking out the naysayers. Because you gotta realize, and I'm not saying family members are the enemy. I don't want to say you call them family members the enemy. But we know in scripture that the Pharisees and them try to use family against Jesus. If you ever look in the scriptures, your mother and all them want to come see you. That's a distraction. The enemy uses our loved ones to distract us. But he said those who do the will is my mother, my brother, and stuff like that. So distractions are gonna come. Even with Nehemiah, when Nehemiah was building the wall, they tried to distract Nehemiah. Nehemiah was on top of the wall. He said, "Why should I come down for you?" I'm paraphrasing. But when you on top of that wall, you don't come down for nobody. Because you come down, you're gonna lose focus and lose sight, and then you're gonna be far off. I know you got your meeting coming up. So do you have anything else that you want to throw in and say?
You're fine. No, you're fine. So I definitely say to your question, as far as, staying excited, it's just when you stop living in fear, in worry, and you're really just present in your day to day, that's when you're going to start enjoying life. Waking up knowing that God gave me another chance. Hey, we're all humans. We're all going to mess up every day, regardless of how old you are. So knowing that, hey, whatever I did yesterday, I can learn from it and do even better today. Knowing that, hey, I'm doing my absolute best today. I'm living now, not tomorrow, a week from now. You'll actually start to enjoy life. Because oftentimes people think, or when they think, I should say, that they're just going day to day and there's just stagnant because they're not actually living within those days. They're just going through the motions because they're so out of tune with right now. And that's when people will start to think they're just living day to day because you're so in a routine of thinking of the next and what you can't solve right now. So I was told a couple years ago, hey, if something is bothering me or something's going on in life, say a goldfish is sick, right? In this current moment, right where I am now, they had me close my eyes. Can you change that situation? No. Is it affecting what you have going on in this current second? Not necessarily. Can you still function in this current second? Yeah. So you're good. Control what you can control and put the other things to the side because problems, issues, they're all going to be there. It's about what you're doing right now, like you said, and enjoying the moment, enjoying the people around you, you know? So just enjoy yourself, enjoy life. It's not just about, going to work, paying bills, going home, sleeping, repeat. No, like enjoy yourself, but also be financially smart while doing
Right. Hey, that's how royalty live. We being financially smart when it comes to this thing. Without a plan, you plan to fail, right? So it's always had that plan. When it comes to relationships, I said this earlier too. When it comes to relationship, man, make sure you're with the right individual too. When it comes to relationship, I'm thinking about kingdom. I'm thinking about empire. When I say that, I'm thinking about legacy. All that stuff plays a role. It's like we got to plan this thing out. We got to structure this thing out on how things gonna be, how it will be, how it shall be. I would not go anything blind. I would not go anything blind. I want to go in fully prepared.
Yes.
I want to be, goal oriented, mission minded, having a mission statement. You know what I'm saying? It's not wrong having a mission. Put a mission statement together. That's important. Your personal mission statement, your family mission statement, your business, whatever. We gotta learn how to cherish ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. And this is coming tonight, and I'm speaking to my own self tonight as well on this show, along with Isaiah. Valuing yourself, loving yourself, putting a mission statement together for yourself, putting your affirmations together, working on your mindset. I know you mentioned Isaiah, you love reading books. I love reading books too. I love reading books. I like reading books like The Laws of Human Nature. The 40, what did I say? The 40, is it the 40 laws of power?
Or laws of leadership. I know what you're talking about.
That kind of stuff. I'm into that kind of stuff. I even got this book, man. Think Like a Billionaire. I had this book for years, and I opened it up, and I'm just looking at it. Got some stuff highlighted in it when it said "Think Like a Billionaire." And billionaires always invest. They always looking for ways to let their money grow, and that's the arena I'm in too. I say is letting our funds grow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I know you want to do these things, but let's take this percentage and invest it and let it grow. And that's where I'm at. Hey, I ain't all about flashy dashy. Hey, let's invest, take these funds and let these funds grow and let it do its part. Let it do its thing. That's where I'm at right now in my life. What you say about that?
I definitely agree with you. Right now, it's not about just, hey, as humans, we're so programmed to, hey, I just got paid. Cool. This is going to go to bills and I'm going to spend this. And now you're left with $10 to your name.
That's not.
No. Right? We're so used to, and I was having a conversation with someone the other day that, hey, they said, hey, once my husband gets money, they immediately spend it. So that's why women are usually in charge of finances. Not saying all men are like that, but you just have to be more cautious. Okay? Hey, if I can't buy this 3 times over, maybe I shouldn't buy it right now. Hey, is this item going to make me money in the long run? Okay, maybe I can hold off on that, right? But it's all about compounding your money so that way 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're not in the same position of, hey, I still have to work to make money, but hey, I was financially intelligent, so I allocated my money where it would continue to make me money. So now it's a conversation of, hey, what do you want to do? Yes, I can buy that 3 times over again. Now I can go on a 2-month vacation with my family. Now I can do these things because I made the temporary sacrifices beforehand. of, hey, I cannot have this right now because I know where I'm going and I want to have it in abundance rather than just in a limited quantity right now.
That's what's up. I'm going to take one quick commercial break, and after that, I'm going to bring you back with your final remark, words of wisdom, and sign of advice here for the listening audience.
Mediocre people don't like high achievers, and high achievers don't like mediocre people. So if everybody doesn't buy into the same principles and values of the organization and the same high standard, you're never going to be successful.
Hey, what's up, everybody? That was a quick word from the GOAT himself, college football great Nick Saban. Roll Tide. He retired this past last year, this year. I love Nick Saban. I love his brain, his philosophy to success. You know, we gotta have our own philosophy for success. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's important to me. Building this thing to be successful. It's just up from here, Isaiah. That's how I look at it. It's just up from here. Not looking back, not moving forward. But like I said, you are a entrepreneur, you're a businesswoman. I know you got a meeting. I don't want to hold you up. So you have any words of advice, signs of wisdom that you want to share here with the listening audience that we get ready to part here tonight here on Walking His Way Impact Voice Podcast.
Yes, first and foremost, thank you again. It is always a pleasure, and I know this will not be the last time that I am on here, okay? But thank you, one. Two, The Garden is a really good book to read for anyone looking to read a book. But for me, what I would say is just keep going. You know, continue to educate yourself despite how old you are. I don't know how nerdy I will sound for saying this, but I really don't care. But
you good.
Self is one of the greatest things known to man outside of God, because you can just equip yourself with all the tools necessary to get you to that next. So never stop reading books. Just keep going despite what life, finances, bank account may look like, because oftentimes people think that their worth is attached to their finances, is attached to their bank account. No. You are worthy of every single thing you ever imagined, dreamt of, thought of, because you are God's child. Okay, at the end of the day, and that simple fact alone makes you worthy of having any and everything that you've ever wanted. But you just have to keep taking the necessary steps for God to give you the tools necessary to get to that next. Okay, because with that, you're just going to be blessed with abundance, and God just wants to be able to use you as his stage to broadcast to other people, because your discipline is somebody else's breakthrough.
Hey, that's what's up right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a great night. I'll be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Big shout out. I got Kelly coming in. Also, big shout out. Much love to you as well. Keep doing what you're doing. Isaiah also. And we love everybody, respect everybody, cherish everybody, man. Y'all be blessed, be successful. Bitch, I got my next guest is going to be Kelly coming in on tomorrow. Also, Shiloh will be on with me tomorrow as well. So big jam-packed episode tomorrow. Then, you know, I got Saturday morning show. This whole thing will be jam-packed. More shows coming, more content. But I thank you, man, Isaiah. Thank you for tuning in. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a great night. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your day. Whatever you want to call it. Wherever you be watching this at. And we're going to be back here tomorrow here on Walking His Ways Impact Voice Podcast. Peace, everybody.
Oh, ooh. You said you love me. Now I know what love is. Ain't nobody stop your love. Love is worth more than gold. So, see, it took a while for me to understand, but a love like this isn't high demand. You know my flaws, but yet
yet you still love me. Now I know what love is. Ain't nobody stop your love. Stop your love. 'Cause you know me. All my hopes and all my fears, still you chose me. I'm in love. I'm in love. You turn your back on him, he's still on your side. Always keep it real with you, and that's no lie. Won't give up the fight. I know I'ma survive. Now I got God on my side. God on my side. I was down and he got me up. On the ground, no faith. I thought I was stuck. Now the devil see us winning and we got him shook. You know it's our season. We gon' run it up. Gotta love my sister and love my brother. Cause in this world, it teaches us we gotta love each other. Really absurd. If we can't look beyond each other's colors, we should prefer to show love for one another. We need to come together. Now I know